Everyone, welcome to our very first virtual open house. I'm Suzanne Roos and I'm the Director of Sales here at Augsburg. And I want to thank you very much for taking some time to join us this morning. It's a beautiful day, kind of giving us a taste of what spring is going to be. And I'm very grateful for your time. We try to keep these webinars to about an hour. That fluctuates. Sometimes it's a little less than an hour. And if we have questions and we want to go into a little more detail, we can go over a little bit. But I do try to respect your time. And so we'll be aiming for a 1 hour conversation today. I do want to also introduce to you, we have one of our independent living residents joining us today on our call. Courtney Moody has been a resident of Augsburg for, I believe, about 4 years now. And we invited Courtney today so that she could participate and help answer questions from the audience from a perspective of a resident. You know, Adrian and I love our jobs and we're here as employees, but we don't live at Augsburg. And I think sometimes it's really wonderful to have the perspective of someone who does live here. So as we go through the presentation today, if you have any questions about living at Augsburg or the process of becoming a resident, Courtney is certainly here to help answer those questions, and we'll bring her on the screen in a little bit to say hi to her. So I want to give you just a little overview of how this is going to work today. I know that most of you have visited Augsburg at some point, or you've received some information from us and maybe you haven't physically been able to come to our campus. So in the past, we would be able to open doors and have, you know, large groups of people come in for tours. But over the last year, of course, with the pandemic, we haven't been able to have our traditional open house events. So we have really expanded virtual opportunities. And that means that we have a lot more that we can show you now, specific apartments, and show them to you in a 3D walk around, and also show you photos of the apartments with furniture in them. So they're staged to show you what it would look like if you had furniture in these rooms and how you can use the space. So today you're going to see a little bit of that. I will also, towards the end of our presentation today, I'm going to share with you some information about our upcoming independent living renovation project, which is scheduled to begin a month from today. And so I will give you a little bit more detail about that after we take our tour. So what I will be doing today is I'm going to share my screen so that you can see the presentation that I have prepared for you. And I'm going to do that right now. All right. So Adrian, please help and tell me that you can see the screen okay.
I can see the screen.
Okay, perfectly. And if anybody can't see it, if you can just, you know, raise your hand, use the little raise your hand icon at the bottom so we know that you can't see it. But otherwise, we'll assume that everybody can see what I am presenting. So I do want to welcome you to the Village at Augsburg. We, in January of last year, became affiliated with National Lutheran Communities and Services. So prior to last January, you may have known us as Augsburg Village or the Augsburg Lutheran Home of Maryland. Those were our original names before we became affiliated with National Lutheran Communities and Services. But when that affiliation occurred, we did update our name, and we have a brand new logo, and so that's part of what you're seeing here today. And really what our affiliation with National Lutheran has done is that it has brought us into their family of communities, We are one of 5 communities that National Lutheran manages, for lack of a better word. We actually manage our own community here, but they are our corporate office, and they're located in Rockville. They have communities in Rockville, in Winchester, Virginia, in Staunton, Virginia, and of course, Augsburg here in Baltimore. And there is a community under development in Annapolis. So when that one is built, I think the time frame is about 2 to 3 more years. They will have 5 communities in their family of retirement communities. So our community is really located on a beautiful 52-acre property. And most people, when they come to visit us, don't get the bird's eye view of this photograph. And that's why I wanted to share this with you today, so that you could see our campus really in its entirety. We are located on 52 acres here on Campfield Road. And we have been here for just over 90 years. This is a very residential neighborhood, but we are really very close to 695, so easy access to lots of things around the region. And being tucked in to the woods like this provides us with just a really lovely natural setting, lots of wildlife, walking trails through the woods. So if you are someone who loves the outdoor space, our campus is really one that would appeal to you. We are also a continuing care retirement community. And what that means is that we offer 3 distinct lifestyles for the residents who live here. And that includes independent living apartments, and those are located here on the right side of the screen. We also have assisted living and also a health center, and the health center includes short-term rehab and long-term care, which would be your traditional nursing care. So all of that is located here on our campus. The original building on our property, I call this our 1929 building. This is the one that's most visible from Campfield Road. Most people, when they're driving by, this is the building that they associate with Augsburg. It was built in 1929, and when we opened this building, it was actually a home for orphans and the aged population, as they called it back then. So we really did start as an orphanage and a home for elderly. And since that time, we've greatly expanded. And this building now houses our assisted living and is also the entrance to our healthcare center. So when you are visiting someone here who lives in assisted living or is in our healthcare center, this is where you would come and enter the building. I also, while we're looking at this, I will tell you that we have, in our assisted living community, we have 58 suites. And in our health center, we accommodate 131 beds. And that is a total of 131. And it's divided up between people who are here for our short-term rehab and residents who are here for long-term care. And then our independent living portion of our community is made up of 132 apartments. This is another view of the front of Campfield Road. It's our historical chapel. And this is important to a lot of the history of Augsburg and to the residents who live here. It was built in 1949. And when it was built, it originally served as our Sunday worship center. And since then, we have built a brand new worship and community life center. So the historical chapel is still in use, but we use it for things like small family gatherings. We have activities in there for some of our residents. And during COVID, it has been where we've hosted indoor visits with families and residents. But it is still very much a part of our campus, and it is very visible when you drive by on Campfield Road. And a lot of people know Augsburg as with that chapel on the front lawn. And today, our focus is really going to be on independent living. And so I wanted to start out by showing you one of the buildings here on our property. We have 11 buildings that make up our independent living campus. And they are all connected, so you can get from one part of the community to the other and never have to go outside. This happens to be Building 11. It is one of only, we have two other buildings, so 3 total that offer multi-level living. So you can be on the ground floor, or you can have an upper level with a balcony. Buildings 1 through 8 are all on the ground level. So the majority of our apartments are actually on the ground level, and they all have a walkout patio, but we do have 3 buildings that have second story, and those all have balconies. So we have a little bit of everything to offer people. There are lots of people who love the ground floor. They love having the ability to walk right out on their patio and have a garden space, or if they have a pet, it's a wonderful access to bring your dog outside. And other people are more comfortable being on an upper floor with a balcony. And the nice thing about the balconies is that we can enclose that balcony. So we do have a number of screened in balconies for our residents, and that makes it a much more usable space for a longer period of time without having to worry about bugs in the summertime, mosquitoes and things like that. So that is one image of independent living. And then our next slide is part of Building 11. And I'm showing this to you today because this is really what we consider to be the main entrance to our independent living community. And we call it the Village Center. And it is also where we are going to be focusing our renovation project this spring and summer. I also like to show this image because, again, it shows you that we are surrounded by trees. We do have ample parking available for all of our apartments. This is only one parking lot with 8 other buildings. We have probably 5 other parking lots available for residents who live here. So this is actually going to be where we're going to start our renovation project next month. All right. So before we get started today, I just, again, want to give you a little reminder. I will be kind of jumping between this PowerPoint presentation and my 3D tour. So I will share, I will stop sharing, I will come back on because as we go between the 3 apartments that you're going to see, that's the way it's going to work. We did a little dry run yesterday, and with technology, we figured out that's the best way to present it to you. And so you are going to see 3 apartments this morning. And all of these apartments are currently available. And so if you see one here today that you love, give me a call and we can schedule a time for you to talk a little bit more about it in detail. I chose these 3 apartments to start with today because they're all a little different. There is a large 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment to show you. There's also a large 1-bedroom, but it also includes a sunroom. So it gives you a lot of wonderful additional light, and it's a great location. And then there is a smaller 1-bedroom apartment that you'll see as well today. So it will give you a little taste of everything that we offer here. We do have a variety of options in terms of apartments. We have studio apartments that are 400 and 480 square feet. We have 1-bedroom apartments that range from 560 square feet up to 800 square feet. And then we have 2-bedroom and 2-bath apartments that are between 800 and almost 1,300 square feet. So a little bit of everything. The other point to note is that all 3 of these apartments that you're going to look at today are located on the ground floor. So you're going to see patio views today. If you are someone who really is interested in living on an upper floor, fear not. There are options on the 2nd floor with balconies. I'm just not showing those today, but if you let me know that that's something you'd like to see, I can certainly send you a virtual tour to look at on your own time. Before I start with the tours, are there any questions so far about anything that I have shared with you all? Adrienne, do we have any questions?
Yes, we actually had a question about assisted living. So it says pre-COVID, there was talk that Augsburg was going to build a new assisted living building. Is that plan still in the picture?
Correct. So yes, that was actually something that we did plan. It was in the plans about 2 to 2.5 years ago. And at this time, there are no further plans to build a brand new assisted living component of our community. I know that National Lutheran is looking at options for what we can do with assisted living. We have talked about a memory care component, which is very important now and certainly going forward. But we right now do not have plans in the near future to expand or build a new assisted living portion of our community. But if that changes, we will certainly share that news with everybody. So thanks for asking that. Okay, so without any further ado, I'm going to stop sharing this screen and we're going to get started here. The first apartment that we're going to look at today, this is what we call the Lexington floor plan. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and it has, we offer between 880 and 1,000 square feet. There are several versions of this model on our campus. They are all located on the ground floor. And some of them are 880 square feet, and then we have a few that are closer to 1,000 square feet. Just depends on where it's located and what building it's in. This is actually the floor plan for the Lexington apartment. I should also tell you that this presentation today is being recorded. So you will receive a copy of it via email from Adrienne after the event today so that you can go through it at your leisure. You can stop on any page that you like. You can look at greater detail of the floor plan and any of the images that we're going to look at. So if that's something that you enjoy doing, you will have plenty of time to participate and do that when we send you the link. So I am going to now move over to our virtual tour. And Adrienne, we can see this?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So again, this is our Lexington floor plan. And you're looking at the living and dining room space. This is obviously a staged set here so that you can see the amount of space that you do have. People really utilize their apartment space individually. Right now, flat screen TVs are really popular and people like them up on the wall, but we do have some people that don't even put a TV in their living room. So there's a lot of flexible space, a lot of room for you to incorporate your own personal touches, your own furniture, your artwork. What I do want to also tell you that what you're going to see today in terms of the individual apartments, keep in mind that every apartment can be renovated and with your choice of flooring and paint color and appliances. So, for example, this apartment that you're looking at right now has carpeting, but we do have solid surface flooring that we could install for you if that was an option that you wanted. There is a minimal upgrade charge for wood flooring. Carpet is standard here at Augsburg, so we don't charge you for standard carpeting in the apartment, but we offer the wood floor because a lot of people now do like that and prefer it. The paint color is really anything that Sherwin-Williams makes. So if you lived here at Augsburg and you wanted to carry over some colors from your current home, you would just need to let us know. And prior to you moving in, we would be able to paint this apartment to your preference. So we're just going to take a little walk through this floor plan here so that you can see this apartment from different angles. So as we come through, this is the same space, but without furniture in it. And again, earlier I reminded you that you would see both today so that you can see the size of the space, but also if it had furniture in it, what typically our residents do. We've placed the furniture in similar areas that our current residents use the space. So in the living and dining room space, that is one large open concept space. And the nice thing is there's a lot of natural light because of the patio doors. And it goes right outside to a patio, and there's yard space. So if you're a gardener, you're going to have lots of space for potted plants. You could even get in the dirt if you want to get in the dirt a little bit. This is standing towards the kitchen, looking into the living room, and on the right there is the first bedroom, which we consider the master bedroom because it does have an ensuite bath and also a walk-in closet. And then this is your kitchen. And this kitchen has been updated with new cabinets, granite countertops. We chose in this particular one to model it with white appliances, but we do offer stainless steel and also black appliances if the resident wanted either one of those. All of our appliance packages are included, so we do not charge any additional fee for stainless steel appliances. They're included. You would just have to let us know prior to when you moved in. The kitchen has a washer dryer. I'm sorry, a dishwasher. There is a washer dryer in this apartment, and I'll show you where that's located. Standard range, fridge, freezer, and we do include a microwave, which would be a countertop microwave for safety purposes. So coming back out of the living space, again, this is another view. The door that you see kind of in the middle here, straight ahead, that's the entrance door to your apartment. This would be standing close to the bedroom door, looking into the dining living space and the kitchen. And again, you can see we really didn't stage it with an abundance of furniture. There's plenty of extra space for bookcases or even additional chairs. It was staged to show you the potential for what you could do with the space. This is the master bedroom, and this is located right off of the living and dining space. Again, it's showing you carpeting in here, but if you wanted to have a hard surface floor, you could. It does have a walk-in closet and a full ensuite bath. And there is also another window in this bedroom, which gives off a lot of natural light. And let me just back up here. So this is the bedroom without any furniture in it. And on the wall, on the left-hand wall, in the middle of the wall, you see what looks like an outlet in kind of up halfway up the wall. That is actually an emergency pull cord system. And we have those located in our bedrooms, bathrooms, and living rooms in all of our independent living apartments. And those are really built-in safety for you, so that if you are having a medical emergency, you can pull that cord and someone will respond to you. And that is a 24-hour response system. So even if it's the middle of the night, if it's a weekend, if it's a holiday, so that is part of your monthly service fee. It's included with every apartment here at Augsburg. So coming back out into the living space, I'm going to take you down the hallway. The set of doors that you see down the hall, which are the slatted doors, that's where your washer dryer is. We do include a stackable washer and dryer in every apartment, so you would have the ability to do your own laundry. There are shared laundry rooms here as well, if you wanted to use those, but now everybody pretty much has laundry in their apartment. When some of our independent living buildings were built in the late 80s, not every apartment had a washer dryer in it, believe it or not. But 30 plus years later, everybody wants a washer and dryer, and we've had them for a long time now. There is ample storage in this apartment. So you're looking at, on the right-hand side, there are two large closets here that have shelves built into them. So you would have a lot of extra storage space. Straight ahead of you, of course, is your laundry room. And then right adjacent to it, you see a little door handle. That is another closet. So you would have, a secondary closet there as well. And then your second bedroom, which is located here around the corner. This is almost identical in size to the first one. It has as well a walk-in closet, another nice window. Some people use the second bedroom for a den or an office space, or it is actually a second bedroom. Some people do have that. We've put furniture in it just to show you, the potential for the space, that you could have this be a home office. It's got enough room where you could actually have a twin bed in here with this furniture so that you could accommodate visitors. But this is your second bedroom here. And then there is another full bath here in the hallway. So I do want to take you outside of this apartment onto the patio just to show you what the patio area looks like. Again, this is a staged patio, but I like to show you that there is enough room for you to have furniture. Maybe you're not going to have an umbrella, but you would have room for that. There's ample space for some potted plants. We have a lot of folks here that love to garden. We have a lot of folks here that love the birds that are around us. So we do have some people with bird feeders. The red image that you see, I don't want to lose that picture, is actually an outdoor storage shed. And that's right off the patio. So if you are someone who is a gardener, that would be a great spot for you to keep your tools, a garden hose, anything that you want to keep outdoors. It's also big enough to store folding lawn chairs. So if you weren't going to have teak furniture on your patio like you're seeing in this photo, and you had just a fold-up chair or two, that would fit in that storage area. And every apartment here that has a walkout patio like this one has a storage, what I call a storage shed like this one. So you would have that. And then this is standing in the doorway of the patio and kitchen, looking out. This particular apartment, you can see there's some green lawn space there. So again, if you have a dog, great little spot. You can take the dog right outside your door. The parking lot for this apartment is right beyond there, so it's extremely convenient for someone who wants to not have to walk too far from where their apartment is. And so this is the Lexington floor plan. Any questions about the Lexington before we move on to the next apartment?
We don't have any questions yet, but if you do have questions, please remember to add those to the Q&A box and we'll make sure we answer those for you.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this one and we're going to go back to our original presentation here. All right, so again, that was the Lexington floor plan. Our next tour is going to show us the Hopkins model. And the Hopkins is actually a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, but it has a sunroom. And so because of that additional space, this is an 880 square foot apartment. And if you remember the Lexington apartment that we just saw, that is 880 square feet up to 1,000 square feet. So just to put it into perspective, if you really don't need a second bedroom, but you love the idea of a sunroom and having all that additional natural light, when you see the amount of space that this apartment option gives you, this could be a real potential for somebody who loves that amount of space. So let's
Suzanne, while you're getting that together, there was a question about patios. Is it possible to screen in the patios?
Great question. We have not, and I don't believe that the patio itself can be screened in. I think we had a discussion with somebody about this about a year ago. I'll tell you how we got to having sunrooms here, because at some point years ago, someone wanted to screen in their patio. And because we couldn't do a screened in patio, Augsburg decided to start offering the option of having a sunroom. And so the sunroom we have on probably 6, maybe 8 of our apartments. So not a lot of them, but it seems like the sunroom is something that we get more requests for than a screened in patio. We do screen in our balconies. So if that is an option, you could certainly look at a second floor apartment and consider us having that balcony screened in for you there. But on the ground floor, we really don't do the screening. So that was a great question, and this is a great view to show you the patio space of the Hopkins floor plan, and this is the exterior actually of the sunroom. And on the right-hand side, you can see that we have an adjacent apartment which also has a sunroom on it. So it's kind of fun that both of these neighbors happen to have sunrooms. It's not typical, but these two happen to be close to each other. So it's a great additional space to have. So let's start by looking here. Again, we're going to enter this apartment. If I can get my little mouse to start working. Here we go. So we are now in the foyer of the Hopkins apartment. And again, you're looking into the living room and dining room space. Not a lot different than the Lexington, other than there is not a bedroom door off there to the left. So lots of space here, potential for, whatever kind of furniture arrangement you would like to have, artwork, even wall-mounted TV. We're just showing it, again, in a typical layout that a lot of our residents would use. Again, I want you to keep in mind that although this apartment shows carpet, this is an option to have solid surface flooring in here. Very popular now. Some people like to put the carpet only in the bedroom. So this is always an option. So we're going to take a little bit further walk through here around to another side. And again, you're looking at this without furniture and looking into the kitchen. So this particular kitchen has maple cabinets and a granite countertop and also the white appliances. Most of our residents in the past have preferred white appliances, but again, we do offer the stainless steel and black appliance package. So if that's something that you preferred, we could certainly put that in for you. You also, I also wanted to mention, you can see there is an overhead light here right in the middle of the photo, a chandelier. And a lot of people now are bringing with them favorite lighting from their current home. So if you had a particular overhead light that you really liked, you could certainly bring those with you, and our maintenance team would install that before you moved in so that it was there and ready for you when you arrived. Again, just another view of the amount of space available here. And then I'm going to step into the sunroom. This is unfurnished, but I want you to see again the amount of windows, the natural light that comes in. And when you look just beyond the patio doors, you can see there is quite an expansive lawn space there. This is a great spot for someone who loves to watch the birds, who loves to watch deer, and maybe even has a dog. Very, very private, very green, and there's a lovely shade tree right outside the patio. So it's really a wonderful spot. Just another view.
Suzanne, I'm sorry, before you get started, there was a question about window treatments, and
Yes.
are they included?
Yes, all of the window treatments, all the apartments have blinds included. So we will include window blinds, we include patio door blinds, and if they, you know, you are free to decorate as you wish. So some people don't do anything more than leave the blinds there, and other people have window treatments, curtains, valances. You can decorate it however you like, but we do have blinds on all the windows. Good question. So this is, I call this, this is just absolutely my favorite, one of my favorite apartments. I love natural light. I love to have this extra space. If I was going to get an apartment at Augsburg, this would be my apartment. And great segue from the question about window treatments, because this apartment, we did stage it to show you what it could look like with curtains. And I think it really updates the space. You know, just gives you so many more options here to have a second seating area. This could actually, we put 2 chairs at the breakfast bar. I know a resident who has a similar floor plan, and they actually have I guess you'd call it a bistro table with 2 chairs that is right near the pass-through. So that's where they prefer to have their table, their dining table, and then they keep a computer space in where I am showing you the dining room. So loads of opportunity here in terms of the flexible space. But this is just, I just love sunrooms. And in my next house, I'm destined to have one. Again, we're going to take a look out of the sunroom from the patio, looking out. When I mentioned to you there was a large lawn and green space, again, this is probably one of the prettiest views here on the property. There's a little area for gardening if you want to do that. And if you walk along the path on the left, the patio extends around the side, and there is your outdoor storage shed located there. So wonderful location, great space, and we got to look at the kitchen here. I think everybody has seen the kitchen. And we are going to, this is just another angle of the kitchen. We're going to come around and take a look at where the master bedroom is, which is around the corner. Again, this apartment does have a washer dryer, and we've set this one up, this bedroom, just put a desk in it. Obviously you would need a bed. It's the only bedroom in this apartment. But we did add, just to show you, you know, some furniture in here, but this would be what it would look like with a full bed. This is actually a queen size bed. So you've got room for that, 2 nightstands, a dresser. You could also have a television or an easy chair in here. So ample space, great space for 2 people because of that sunroom. So a couple would have more than enough space in here. Great space for someone who just really, like me, adores sunrooms. And then there is also a full bath. And this bathroom was recently remodeled. It has a fully tiled walk-in shower with a handheld shower. We do have grab bars, 3 places in the shower. If you wanted to bring a portable seat to put in the shower, you could certainly do that. We don't include it in all of our apartments. In some of our apartments that we haven't remodeled yet, there may be a built-in seat in the shower, but this would give you a look at what the newly renovated master bath looks like. And so this is your Hopkins apartment. Any questions about this particular floor plan before we move on to our next one?
No questions yet.
Okay. Let me. All right. So the third and final apartment that we're going to see today is the Camden. And the Camden model is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. This is a 560 square foot apartment. This is also located on the 1st floor, and it's a great little apartment for someone, a single person. Great location because right outside those patio doors is the parking lot, and there is a lawn as well as some gardening space. So another great location in terms of being convenient to where the parking is. Again, you're seeing this with furniture. Even though it's a much smaller apartment than the first 2 that we've seen, you can see that there's ample space here for a dining table with 4 chairs, a living room space. And then the bedroom also would accommodate a queen size bed. So all of our rooms are very accommodating, just depends on what each person needs. So we're going to move forward with taking a look at this floor plan. Again, you're going to be able to look at individual floor plans to look at the square footage and the space when you receive the link from Adrian. All right, so this apartment, this is our Camden model. And kitchen is a little bit different in this, the shape a little bit different, more open. But again, this is an updated kitchen. We, again, have the white appliances in there, but you would have your choice. This particular apartment also has a washer dryer, and that washer dryer is located right off the kitchen. So it's convenient. And then this is your image without any furniture in here so that you can see what the space looks like. There is, when you enter the apartment, there is a large walk-in closet on the right, a coat closet, if you will. And then in the hallway, there's another storage closet with shelves. Your HVAC system is behind the second door with the vent at the bottom, and then directly across from it is your master bath. This apartment, actually, we did put upgraded carpeting in. And so if someone liked to keep this flooring, it's brand new. It is, it's very nice, comfortable carpeting. We recently redid it. So we're going to take one more peek here at the living room and the dining room space. And then we'll take a peek out here onto, this is your entrance. So you can see the doorway when you come in, and there's that that hall closet that I mentioned. So coat closet right inside the door when you come in. And then this is your patio. And again, wanted to show you the space that's there. Ample space to put some furniture, some potted plants. And again, you can see your red storage area there. This is an end unit, so it is adjacent to the parking area. I don't think there's another view of it from here. Oh, there we go. So that's without furniture. So you can kind of see, you can step right over the lawn and walk right out onto the sidewalk, and then your parking is just to your left. So super convenient location. And then we are back here into the hallway. Again, you can sort of start to see the bedroom straight ahead and the master bath on the right as we go down the hallway. And then here we are again in the bedroom, and we'll turn over here and see, for some reason that kitchen seems to be coming up a lot. So again, here's your bedroom without any furniture in it. The emergency pull cord system is visible there in the middle of the wall. We always put it up on the wall with a very long cord, so that if you fell and you were laying on the floor, you would still be able to grab it. So that's why it's up higher. And then there's your walk-in closet for this particular apartment. There's shelving, there's some hanging space. We've got a few things already in there. And then again, your newly renovated full bath with walk-in shower. And this is your Camden floor plan. Any questions about the Camden?
No questions about the Camden, but if you think back to the sunroom that we saw, the question is the sunroom heated and air conditioned?
Yes, it is. Yes. Every sunroom that we build, we have put a separate heating and air conditioning system in that room. So you can use that all year long. You know, depending on where they're located, you can have a sunroom that gets a lot of sun. So you might think, oh, it's going to be too warm to use it in the summertime, but they're all individually controlled with heating and air conditioning. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this one, and then we're going to go back to our original presentation here. All right, so now that we've seen 3 of our apartments, I know the next question that a lot of people really want to get into is, what's my investment? How much does it cost me to live at Augsburg? And so I do want to spend a little time talking about that today. So Augsburg is what's known as a Type C contract. That's what we offer. And if you've investigated continuing care retirement communities, you know that generally they offer Type A, Type B, or Type C. And we are a Type C community. And what that means is that this is a fee for service community. You do not prepay for healthcare that you may never use. You pay for healthcare if and when you need it. So most of our with our independent living apartments, there is an entrance fee as well as a monthly fee, and every resident here who pays an entrance fee is guaranteed access to care in the future if they need it. They're not prepaying for it, but they are basically paying an entrance fee to give them a guarantee of access in the future if they need it. We want to make sure that our residents who move here can stay here for the rest of their life. Some of them will never need higher levels of care, and some of them come in here knowing that they have maybe a pre-existing condition, or there is something that runs in the family and they're preparing for the future, thinking, if I were to need care, this is the place I'd want to be because I can stay here for the rest of my life. Sometimes it's a decision because there is no family member or children to take care of someone. So they want to make their own plan and make sure that that's available to them. So our entrance fees at Augsburg, our we offer two types of contracts. We offer one that is refundable at 80% and one that's refundable at 50%. And it simply means if you want to have a larger amount of money returned to you or your beneficiaries upon your death, you would select to have an 80% refundable contract. A 50% refundable contract will give you a little bit less money coming back, but it's a nice option because it also means that less money is required of you upfront to move into the community. So that's how the refundable contract works here at Augsburg. And the monthly fee varies depending on how large the apartment is. So someone who lives in a studio apartment is going to pay significantly less per month than someone who lives in a 2-bedroom apartment. So it's really based on the square footage. It's not based on location, it's based on square footage. And the monthly fees here incorporate a lot of things. They incorporate 1 meal a day, which right now is dinner. We also include all of the maintenance on the apartment, inside and out. And that means if your HVAC system isn't working, if you have a leaky faucet, if there's something wrong with, the sliding glass door, Augsburg is going to fix that at no cost to you. You also have your utilities and your taxes included. We have a closed circuit TV system. Once a month, housekeeping is included with your monthly fee. You can add on additional housekeeping services if you'd like, but we do include once per month. That 24-hour emergency system that I talked about, any transportation that we have here that goes to shopping or to off-campus events or museums, those things are usually included as well. And then any social, cultural, recreational, or fitness opportunities that we have are included in the monthly fee. So that's a little bit about how the entrance fee and the monthly fees are what you would expect for a Type C contract here at Augsburg. And to go into a little bit more detail and to put it into perspective, I really wanted to be transparent with you today so that you could see what does it cost me to live at Augsburg. So we looked at 3 apartments today, and I wanted to share with you what the cost is for those 3 apartments. So the first one we looked at was that Lexington, which was the large 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And so you can see here that the monthly fee is currently $2,078. And if a second person is living in the apartment, that is an additional $685 per month for that second person. And that includes meals for the second person, additional amenities, activities, things like that. The entrance fee options, the 50% refundable entrance fee is $165,650, and the 80% refundable entrance fee is $209,650. And when someone is ready to choose an apartment at Augsburg, we ask for them to make a commitment of a 10% deposit based on the amount of the entrance fee. So if this was the apartment that you were interested in and you wanted to make have a 50% refundable entrance fee, $16,565 would be what we would require for that deposit. And then our Hopkins floor plan with the sunroom. This apartment is $2,060 per month, again with that $685 additional fee for the second person. And then your 50 and 80% refundable fees are shown here. And then the Camden, which is a smaller apartment here on our property, is $1,753 per month. And if you did have a second person living in this apartment, that would be $685 again. And then your 50% refundable is $99,430, and your 80% is $125,570. Any questions on entrance fees or how those work before we move on?
I don't have any questions that's come through yet. Don't forget, if you do have questions, to use the Q&A tab and type in your question, hit submit, and we'll be able to answer those questions for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Adrienne. So quickly, I do want to give you an opportunity to know that some of the amenities that we offer here, we do have what we call restaurant style dining room and also a bistro cafe. The Bistro Cafe has been closed during COVID. Our dining room is open now. The Bistro is also is one of the projects that we're renovating. So it will be reopening probably in August. It's a brand new facility. We have a fitness room, a putting green, lots of outdoor space. We have a beautiful courtyard here with a gazebo, and we do a lot of events outside in that courtyard space. We have a game room and a library. We encourage our residents to garden, so we do have some raised garden plots. We have a large community room here, which gets used for meetings and arts and crafts and all kinds of activities. And of course, we have a beautiful brand new worship and community life center, which is multifunctional. We have worship services on Sunday, and then the rest of the week we use it as a community life center. We also have a hair salon, and we have a health and wellness suite here for physical therapy and any kind of primary care services that our residents need. And then lifestyle amenities. If you move to a senior community, you don't want to stop doing the things that you love. In fact, you probably want to try some new things. So we try to incorporate whatever our residents like and bring to us suggestions for. We have arts and crafts and concerts. Bible study is very popular here. We do social hours with happy hours, sometimes coffee and donuts in the morning. We have movie nights and all kinds of activities. And all of these things generally are included in the monthly fee that you pay. You're not going to pay extra for almost everything that we have here. The only thing that I would say we do maybe charge a small fee for would be a trip to perhaps an off-site concert, or if there was something that we were taking our residents to that required maybe a Baltimore, an Orioles game or something like that, we would be able to get discounted tickets, and there might be a nominal fee for that. So I do want to talk to you now a little bit about our enhancement project that's coming up this summer. Again, I put our Building 11 Village Center at the bottom of the screen here so that you can see that's the area really that we're going to be focusing on. So if you've been to Augsburg in the last couple of years, and you've come in this way, you know that, you enter through under this covered portico and you walk in the door and you're basically in the lobby, and the cafe is in front of you, and you're looking around for where do I go. So we are actually expanding this entire area here and pulling the building out, and we are adding a welcome center and a concierge and a lounge, so that when you come through the new entrance, as soon as you walk through those doors, there's going to be a reception area with someone there to greet you and direct you to where you need to go. And on the left-hand side will be a lounge with seating, which our residents can use, which visitors can certainly use. And then straight ahead of you will be a brand new bistro that we are renovating to include a private lounge for family events and small meetings. The most wonderful thing about our new bistro is that it is going to be open all day. In the past, our cafe was open for lunch, and then it closed a little bit in the afternoon, and then it opened for dinner for our residents. Our new bistro will be open probably from 8 o'clock in the morning until 7 or 8 at night, which means that it's going to offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner service, and a casual menu all day long, so that you can enjoy, if you're someone who likes to have your main meal be at lunchtime, you could come here and have your main meal at lunch. You could come here at dinner and have dinner with other residents. If you're someone who likes to grab breakfast in the morning and not prepare a breakfast, this is going to be an option for you to enjoy that space. We are also renovating our fitness center, and we're enhancing the space that's in there so that we can add more fitness classes and programming there. And then we're also updating our health and wellness suite with some remodeled exam rooms, and our waiting area and physical therapy office will be enlarged, improved there as well. So very, very exciting to have some enhancements coming. And when we do finish, which we expect probably to be done around July or August. I really look forward to having you join us this fall when we have some in-person tours, and in October we plan to have a large Oktoberfest celebration here. Hopefully we are going to be celebrating not only the reopening of the Village Center, but the end of COVID as we know it and all the restrictions that it has brought to our community and to you. Thankfully, we are COVID free. We have all completed our second vaccines here. I think we had about a 98 or 99% vaccination rate for our residents, which was phenomenal. And then our staff, I think we're at about 66 or 70% all vaccinated. So we are really excited and looking forward to getting back to a little bit of normal. And I do really want to welcome you. I am able to do safe in-person tours here now. If you're comfortable coming and you would like to do that, please reach out and let me know, and we can schedule a time for you to come and see one of the 3 apartments that you saw here today, or maybe another one that you're interested in seeing. It's a great time to be coming to Augsburg. There's some incentives that I think could make it very rewarding for you to come. And I do hope that you'll consider coming for a visit. If not this spring, certainly come and see us when we reopen in the fall after our renovations. So before we wrap up, I did want to just ask if there were any other questions. I know, Courtney, you have been waiting there patiently through the entire presentation. And if anybody has any questions about living at Augsburg that maybe Courtney could answer, please ask. If there are no other questions, Adrian, do you happen to have the poll results for us before we wrap up today?
I do. So the first question was, do you plan to move to a retirement community within the year? Unfortunately, we don't have any takers on that. But we do have people who are interested in receiving additional information about Augsburg. So we'll make sure we get that information to you all. And for whom are you gathering information? It looks like most people are looking for themselves, and a couple looking for themselves and a spouse. And question 4 was, what things are most important to you when looking for a retirement community? It looks like most said, of course, the cost of the entrance fee and the monthly rental fee, but we do have a lot of interest for the amenities, the quality of food, the location of the community, and resident activities.
Wonderful, good. Well, again, I want to thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. I truly thank you for spending an hour with us this morning. Now it's afternoon. I hope that you enjoyed taking a peek inside several apartments. And I would love your feedback. I'd love to hear from you. So please feel free to reach out to me. I will connect with you within the next week just to get your feedback. And Adrian will be sending you a copy of today's webinar so that you can watch it again at your leisure. And feel free to share it with someone who you know that may be looking at moving in the near future. I know that none of you said that you're ready to move this year, but if you know anyone who is looking at potentially relocating, please keep us in mind. We're very grateful for your support. And I hope that you all continue to stay well and safe and healthy, and that you have a wonderful spring and summer ahead. And I look forward to seeing you this fall. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.